We are Cactus Wrestling. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos.
In breaking Cactus news. Hey, look, it's a cat.
Yeah. Hey, look, it's a dog.
Hey, the Ivy League is breaking off from the EIWA, and for the 2024-2025 wrestling season, they will have their own separate postseason tournament with separate allocations, separate conference championships, separate schedules, I'm sure, and everything. So, good for the Ivy League, but really, really terrible for the EIWA.
Yeah, no, the EIWA is now a shell of itself.
Oh man, and I feel for this because obviously we both wrestled for Binghamton. Mike wrestled at the time that Binghamton was a part of, what was it, CAA?
Yeah, it was the CAA, yeah.
Yeah, so my freshman year it was CAA, and then the 3 other years it was EIWA. So
yeah.
I know the EIWA very well. And when I was wrestling, it was the second toughest conference. It had the second most allocations for NCAA qualifiers.
Not next year.
No. I think last year it was even third still. The Big 12 kind of overtook them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, 17 teams, that's a big conference.
Yeah, it is.
But
there's
so
teams in 6 conference. There's 6 teams in a conference. So,
well, that's what the Ivy League's going to be. There's only 6 Ivies with wrestling programs. Dartmouth and Yale do not. But so I went through. So last year, the EIWA had 45 automatic qualifications so that's 4.5 per weight. Pretty solid.
Right.
Guess how many of those 45 went to Ivy League wrestlers?
So that's Columbia, Penn, Princeton, Harvard, Brown, and Cornell.
Yeah.
Didn't Cornell send like 7 or 8 guys alone? You know, it was probably like 25 or 30.
Wow, 24, yeah.
Yeah, 24.
24. So more than half of the automatic qualifiers came from 6 schools.
So that's going to drop down to, oh, wow. Yeah.
So if you just separate those out and keeping everything else exactly the same, then that means next year, EIWA would probably be around 21 automatic allocations.
That's only 2.1 per weight.
So that's about 2 a weight. So basically means you have to make the finals in an 11-man bracket to qualify for nationals.
Oh.
And some of those will be probably you have to win it. It'll be a 1-man, and then some of them might have like 3 or 4. It'll average.
It's crazy though. In an 11-man bracket, you have to win it, and friggin' you go to the ACC, and it's a 6-man bracket, and sometimes top 5 go.
Yeah. So this is why it's so great for the Ivy Leagues, because they're going to be going into a 6-man bracket, and 24 allocations last year they got.
Right.
So if you carry that over, that's 2.5 per weight class. That means if you're the number 1 seed in a 6-man bracket, you have to win 1 match and you're in the finals.
Yeah, if you win your first match, you're going.
So if you're Julian Ramirez who ducks the competition,
watch our other video for more on that.
Yeah. Like seriously, like Cornell's in a lot of heat right now for potentially ducking to get, avoid top matchups. And then now they'll be in the super small conference next year. If their guys have really high seeds at the conference tournament, they're only going to need to win 1 match to qualify. I
like these smaller conferences. Like
I hate the small conferences.
Yeah.
Like I hate the small conferences.
I mean, like ACC's adding Stanford, which is cool. So that's a little bit bigger, 7-man bracket.
When is that confirmed? Is that for the 24-25?
I think it's for next season. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be good. They'll be a 7-man. But I mean, this is just so yeah. It's good for the Ivy Leagues obviously, for reasons that we said.
Right.
So, but just to add more color into like how big of an impact this is. Okay, Cornell won the EIWA last year. UPenn
Right.
took third. Columbia took fourth. Princeton took seventh. Harvard took eighth, and Brown took 15th. So aside from Brown,
5 of the
we took
top 8.
five of the top eight are leaving.
Yeah. Wow.
So now it's like,
Hey, it's room for Binghamton to claim the title. Borshoff, you got this.
hey, yeah, come on, Borshev, we're rooting for you. But it's tough, like, because now, like, scheduling wise, you tend to schedule more duels with in-conference teams.
That's true. So yeah, that means a lot of these EIWA teams are not even going to get to wrestle any of these Ivy League teams next season.
So when I was at Binghamton, we wrestled Columbia, Princeton, Harvard, and Penn pretty much every single year.
I remember wrestling against them even back when I was there. Like we wrestled against Cornell because I got to film the match where Donnie Vinson beat Kyle Dake at Cornell his sophomore year at 149. I don't know if I did a good job of
What was the
filming.
story? But what give the people the inside scoop on that.
Oh, well, so Donnie had wrestled Dake in high school many times and had never lost to him. And he continued that streak into college because he wrestled him once in college and gave Dake one of his 4 college losses.
Yeah.
One of them was to Donnie. And Dake even got the first takedown. And after he got the first takedown, I remember watching Donnie, like there was a fire that just got like ignited with after giving up that takedown. Donnie was not the same after giving up that takedown, and he worked his way back into the match and ended up winning it. And that was the most exciting thing to watch happen. Because Binghamton, I don't think they won another match, or if they did, it was only like 1 or 2 other matches that duel. So that match was crazy. I never got to watch it. What I recorded, I don't know if I did a good job filming or if I ended up turning the camera this way or something. But
Didn't you say he was like in the locker room like all week saying, "I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna beat him."
yeah, no, Donnie. I knew Donnie was saying like I've never lost to him. I'm not going to lose to him. Like
Yeah,
and he didn't.
yeah.
And that was the returning national champ, who went on to win the national title. So
And now Donnie Vincent coaches for Cornell.
yeah, I know. Interesting that's where he ended up.
Full circle. But so with Ivy Leagues leaving, that'll leave 11 schools in the EIWA. And this is by how they placed at last year's tournament. Lehigh, Navy, Army, Bucknell, Drexel, Binghamton, Hofstra, American, Franklin and Marshall, Sacred Heart, and LIU.
Yeah, no.
So Sacred Heart and LIU, they they haven't even had like a NCAA qualifier since I think the COVID season, where Sacred Heart.
Well, the COVID season, they got the same amount of allocations as if the Ivies were in, but the Ivies weren't in.
Yeah, so Sacred Heart definitely got some love.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that was only one of the 2 guys. The other guy made the finals.
Yeah, so those 2 schools are, I hate to say it, they're just like bottom tier schools. Franklin and Marshall, they actually have a couple ranked guys, I think, this season.
Hofstra's
American,
got their heavyweights ranked.
yeah. So like, there's like maybe 1 or 2 ranked per team. Binghamton with Lou Dupre coming back, they'll have 4
That's a
guys
huge.
ranked.
I mean, that's right. I forgot about Lou. Lou coming back makes things interesting at 197. I mean, I don't think interesting enough where I think he's going to be knocking off Brooks or anything, but like it definitely adds a pretty solid layer of depth to 97.
Well, he's also beaten Hidley before at 84.
Yeah,
So
no, yeah, that's true. So, because yeah, he beat Hidley and Max Dean in the same year.
right.
So, like, I mean, he's got the potential. I mean, I'd love to see Lou land as high on the podium as possible, but
The only thing that makes me nervous is he injury defaulted out of
Oh, the senior nationals.
senior national. Well, he didn't wrestle in the match, so he didn't maybe
Yeah, he
didn't
just
show
yeah
up.
yeah seventh eighth match. Yeah,
But anyway, so yeah, the EIWA. I mean, like this conference, I feel like is going to be on par with, or potentially even worse than the MAC.
yeah. I mean, how about the Pac-12?
Well, the Pac-12,
The Pac-12 is what, like 3 or 4 schools right now?
it's going to be like Oregon State, Stanford, Cal Poly, CSU Bakersfield.
But
Uh,
that's and Stanford's leaving it, so like
I know, I know.
you're not gonna have it. So
Yeah, I wonder if any new schools are going to join, or if any schools are going to leave the IWA after this.
they're gonna make it the Pac-Mac 12, eh, or the Mac Pac-12, um, or the Mac Pac-24, and
Make it
then
a
just
conference.
make it a new conference.
Yeah, so I mean, the EIWA was a big conference. 17 schools is very big. I kind of like the size of 11, but these or six schools conferences, that's too low, I think.
No,
At least make
yeah,
it 8. Like that way that, you have to win 2 to make the finals at
yeah.
least.
Well, ACC's on their way. I love that the Atlantic Coast Conference has a West Coast team.
And Pittsburgh is not even like on the coast.
No,
They're on like one of the Great Lakes.
no,
They're by Ohio pretty much.
no.
Pittsburgh?
Is it that far north in
Pittsburgh? Yeah,
Pennsylvania?
they're like right on the water.
Is it really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
Well, kind of. I'm looking at a map. Yeah.
yeah, I didn't think that they were, but
Oh no, they're pretty inland.
yeah, I was like, I don't.
Cleveland. I'm thinking of Cleveland.
Oh yeah, okay.
Anyway, so drop a comment down below. What do you think about the Ivy League conference, postseason wrestling conference? I'm not a huge fan, but
Well, especially because no team is going to join the Ivy League conference except for Yale and Dartmouth if they gain a wrestling team. So it's only ever going to be these 6 teams.
which would be great if Yale and Dartmouth
Yeah. Hey,
got
Yale,
wrestling.
Dartmouth, I hope you're listening. I mean, Yale used to have a wrestling team.
Let's bring it back.
Let's get a good Connecticut Division I team.
It could happen.
It could happen.
So yeah, what's going to happen with the EIWA? What's going to happen with the Ivy League conference? At least like this might make Binghamton a little bit more competitive for an EIWA title, but
I don't see them.
you hate to see quality competition leaving your conference,
Yeah.
and that's what's
5 of the
happening.
top 8.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah, that's not.
So yeah, let us know what you down below what you think, and yeah, let us know your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and this is Cactus Wrestling.
Cactus Wrestling.
Thanks for watching. We are Cactus Wrestling, and we'll see you next time on our next video.